everyone, this is Julian. Thanks for joining me. I'd like to go through some picking rules. I think they will make your playing much more efficient. Those licks which are challenging you, you'll be a lot faster at playing them. A lot of great videos on YouTube showing you how to play songs, a lot of tab out there, but if you are not able to go through the song and find the most efficient way to play those licks, I'm talking should you play an upstroke or a downstroke, and if you're not able to implement sweep picking into your playing, you're never going to be able to play these up to your maximum speed. First important rule is you want to alternate pick on single strings. There's a reason Master Puppets is so hard to play. It has that unique sound, but it's because Hetfield is playing consecutive downstrokes for those riffs. It's much easier to alternate pick. Second rule is when you're switching strings, the picking direction should follow the direction of movement to the next string. That means if you're going from the E to the B, the high E string to the B string, then your right hand or your picking hand is going to be making an upward movement. So the note that you play on the B string should be an upstroke. Converse is true when you're moving the opposite direction. If you're going from the B string to the high E, your right hand has to make a downward motion just to get from the B to the E string. Therefore, the note you play on the E string should be a downward picked note. And sweep picking. Sweep picking is when you're playing one continuous motion with your picking hand and you're playing across multiple strings. It is the most efficient way to play. You want to implement that into your picking because it's one less picking movement that your brain has to think about. It's one less picking movement that your picking hand has to do. So let's get into a lick. We're going to apply these rules. We're going to keep this video short. If you need more detail, you can watch it a couple of times, but I don't want to bore you, so let's get into this. This is an Eric Johnson descending fives minor pentatonic style lick. You may have heard it many times. Let's listen to it real quick. We're going to start on the first note. We got to figure out whether it's going to be picked up or down. We don't know. We got to decide. We've got two choices. Well, let's forget about that note. We're going to go over to this one. This is the first note on a string change. That's the key one. And remember what I said. Look at this. We're going from the high E to the B. That means we are having to make an upward motion with the picking hand. So we want an upstroke on this 8th fret note on the B string. And we want to sweep whenever possible. So we're going to go back to the 5th fret of the high E. If we can also make that an upward picked note, we got a little sweep here, right? And you see this little symbol? That means there's a sweep. This one right here means that we're down picking. We're going to get into why this is down picked in a second. Hint, hint, alternate picking. This one here means that it's an upstroke. And when we got the lines here, that's a little sweep. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, count them, sweeps in this lick. And they are making it that much easier to play and that much faster to play. So let's look at this. We are going to work our way back. So if these two are upstrokes, what's this one? Well, we want to alternate pick. Remember that rule about alternate picking. So we'll go down and then we'll go up, up. Do our little sweep. Now, alternate picking again. If we did an upstroke here, well, that's a down. Now we're changing strings again. We're going from the B to the G. That is an upward movement that our picking hand has to make. So we're doing an upstroke there. And now we're going the opposite direction. This is why I chose this lick. It is challenging, but if you go through the rules, it's very simple. So when we're going from G to B, picking hand has to make a downward movement. So we're going to down pick that. Next note is on the same string, so we alternate pick it. And we're going from B to G again. That means we got to make an upward motion. So we got two upstrokes together. We got a sweep. So that is how you play this lick, note by note, going through, applying the rules. This is the most efficient way to do it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Practice this stuff, and remember, sweep picking is a continuous motion of the picking hand. That is hard to get into your mind. You need to practice it. The best way to do that, play something which the fretting hand is easy. It's easy for the fretting hand to play. Something the fretting hand, you don't have to think much about it. Open strings, chromatic scale, and focus on your picking hand and think about that sweep. Even at slow speeds, you've got to be able to do that where when you're starting with these licks, you're playing them slow. Make sure it's a sweeping motion. You're going to slowly increase your speed until you hit a wall. You start making mistakes, back it off a little bit, identify what the problem is, fix it. You're going to bust through that speed barrier and you're going to hit the next wall. And eventually, you're going to be playing this, hopefully, as fast as Eric Johnson. At least that's my hope someday. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and take care.